Hi everyone, Simon here from Sterling Coaching for a glorious Monday's Moment video in which I want to share an image which is appearing on screen just now of a solitary sunflower that I walked by this weekend, but also have walked by for many times whilst we've been walking the dogs in the local area. But this to me really tied in with the theme of this month, which is about filling your buckets, inspired by Steven Bartlett's book. That's what I'm going to talk about in today's Monday's Moment, and that bucket we're going to discuss is that of networks. Which you think, how can a sunflower at the side of a highway, side of a roadway, mean anything about networks? Well, you'll find out in just a moment. So as I walked by this sunflower, which is a beautiful single sunflower growing at the side of the road, it made me think about how long that sunflower had actually been there. Now this is a busy road. It has tractors going along it, which are starting to do the harvesting. It has a significant amount of HGVs, heavy good vehicles, and lorries going by. And that footpath is walked by hundreds of people a week. And I started to think about what is it that has given this sunflower its success. But before I do that, let's bring the image back up on screen again of this sunflower, because what is this sunflower's aim? And its aim is clearly just twofold. It's to take the one seed that created this particular spectacular flower and turn it into that head of exuberance where there must be 100 times that single seed in there. So it's about multiplication, it's about increasing, it's about surviving, but it's also about legacy. That sunflower is building a legacy. The sun's gone in. That sunflower is about building a legacy for the future of its variety of its flower. So that's what its success is about. So let's turn to the most important thing for this morning's video. It's network. Now, you might think, well, it's a plant at the side of the road. How does it have a network? Well, I want you to share this with your business, okay, your team, because what I'm going to talk about in a moment doesn't just affect a plant at the side of the road, but it's very pertinent to your business. It's very pertinent to you, because that flower had the very initial stages of a network. It was probably dropped there by a bird. It was probably dropped there as it fell off of a lorry. Could have even been discarded waste from a sandwich which had a sunflower seed in there. But somehow the network started by very first the delivery of the seed to the side of the road. Okay, so we need somebody to help us get to the start of our journey. Network point number one. Then a seed needs something to get into. It needs some nourishment. It needs water. So at the side of that road, you'll notice that there has been some flooding over there during the winter, and a lot of the sediment has washed onto the road, and it's formed I suppose dirt and soil and sediment, sand in the gully of the highway. And that sediment, let the train go by, that sediment is where the seed has implanted itself, and that's the sediment that provided its nourishment. So it needed that surrounding, it needed that nourishment, it needed the nutrients from the soil, from the dirt, from the sediment. And of course, that kind of sediment very easily washes away. But that sediment was held together by the smaller weeds that have grown in that sediment as well, that have also taken advantage of that. Now you might say, well, weeds aren't much of a network, are they? but in this case, the weeds have held together the sediment to give it a firm foundation. And one final thing I would say on the network is the walkers, the people that have driven by and the people that have walked by, that have admired its beauty, looked at it and appreciated the solitary effort that that flower is giving to survive. And nobody's cut it, nobody's picked it to display it at home, because it is a beautiful flower. Everybody has acknowledged and appreciated the success of that sunflower growing in that position. And that little bit of beauty, as you look on that image that's appearing back on screen now, if you look at the beauty of that flower against the grey and the drabness of a tarmac, I'm sure many people have driven by or walked by that flower, and it's given them a little bit of joy in their otherwise quite drab or even dark day. So how can this translate to your business? Well, I think we have to look everywhere for our network. Network isn't just about a marketing meeting. I go to BNI every week. I've got a great BNI group that I'm a member of. And if you're seeing in my invites to come along as a visitor, please take me up on that. But this is more than just a marketing network. What I'm talking about here is a network that will help you build your success. And of course, there are people in my BNI group that help me build that success. But we have a much bigger network. We have a network which provides, get my teeth into gear again, provides goodness. It provides the ingredients that we need so that we can grow. Then we need a network which provides stability. We need people around us, whether it's your coach, your accountant, your business advisors, your peers. We need to surround ourselves with people who keep the foundation that we have solid, that keep us grounded. And of course, we need people who appreciate what we're doing. We need people who are perhaps in our team that need to recognize what we're doing. We need our clients and our supply chain to recognize what we're doing and to appreciate our goals and our aspirations, and also the legacy that we're looking to leave, the contribution that we're looking to make. And we need to get that network there to support us on that, not to pick us apart, not to destroy us, not to sort of put everything down that we do. So, there are lots of other pieces of a network that help that flower succeed. The heavens that give it the water, the sunshine that gives it the heat. There are so many things that gave that flower success. And there are so many things around you that you can use to fill that bucket up with network. But we probably take these for granted. And that's where Steven Bartlett's book, and it's the first law in there, talks about just listing everything down in our buckets, because very often we don't recognize what we have around us. We don't recognize what we have that supports us. And this week, I want you to look at everything around you and look at it and see if it's part of your network. Look at the people, look at the resources, look at the environment that you're in, and just think about your network. Think about who are you, what are you surrounding yourself with that can help you and your success. That's what I want you to think about in this week, and take some valuable lessons from this solitary sunflower, which I put on screen just to show for the final time the beauty of this thing and how it can teach us such a valuable lesson. As always, please like and share this video, and keep an eye out for any other posts that I've got for any of my workshops and any of my group demonstration sessions, where you can really see what a group coaching session is all about. And as always, do something important, take some action, do something different with what I've talked through today. And hopefully this has given you just a little bit of inspiration, and perhaps you'll look at the environment that's around you and see what network it has to support its success. You need to do the same in your business and in your life. Bye for now.